Wait for more people to come. It's Sunday night. It's Mother's Day. And I'm drinking IPA 9% called Voodoo Ranger. Doesn't look like there's anybody in here. I need to share my referral link. Hell no. What's up to anybody who commented before? What's up, pseudoscientist? What's up, Propagate This Light? I'm sorry I didn't respond to your comments sooner. I've been going through a lot of things. I actually have social anxiety. This is why I drank my Voodoo Ranger. Maxim, where you at? Adiet vai Maxim. Maxim, who's here? If you're here, drop a comment, drop a like. At least drop a like. You don't have to comment. If you're shy, you don't have to comment. Yeah, so once more people get here, we're going to talk about I didn't experience, therefore it didn't exist. And how somebody on chat holds that view, which I find very immature. I don't find it a view that an adult should be holding. Yeah, if you're watching, just drop a comment. I'm holding it sideways, but I didn't mean to leave that. Oh, what's up, Neanderthal? You having a cold one too? Okay, I see some people on here. Anyway, I'm gonna put up a guest link, invite guests, copy. Comments, right? Hold on, let me just do this. Paste. Hold on, bear with me. Bear with me, I gotta take it off this thing. Because it's... Hey, Motorhead. Okay, there we go. It's very hard for me to post comments because I'm doing this sideways. Yeah. So let's talk about my experiences with this person. Obviously, this person is Max Memes. I don't mean to be mean. First, let me start off by saying, when I make fun of Max Memes, I mean, you can make fun of my looks all you want. You could say I got a mustache, man. I'm Italian, of course I got a mustache. But the reason that I am mean... Hey, what's up, Neanderthal? What's up, Motorhead? Long time no see, Motorhead. I've been great. How you been? Hope you're doing well down there. The reason that I talk about Max Meme's weight is because I believe that she lives in a very gluttonous and selfish lifestyle. And I don't think it's something that... You were in Florida. Where are you now? Let me switch this to... Oh, this is so annoying. Hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now it's right side up. I could actually see your comments. Oh, he's in Virginia. Very good. You're in Virginia. How's it over there? I'm drinking Voodoo Ranger IPA. As I said before, I do have social anxiety. That's why I need to drink. Nothing major. I don't care. Make fun of me for it. Oh, that's cool. We're up in a mountain. I wish I could get this farm area. That's cool. I always wished I could live in like a farm area. If anyone wants to come up here and talk about their experiences with people who told them, oh, first I'll share my experience. We were talking on chat about, we were talking about a few different things about violence and just politics altogether, but mainly violence against women, violence against children. And I brought up something. I said when I used to work at a daycare, and I'm not going to say which daycare that is. When I used to work at a daycare, they used to curse the kids, they used to hit the kids, they used to use derogatory terms towards them because they were Russian and they didn't like Russian kids. They thought they were spoiled and everything. But still, this isn't the street. If you have beef with somebody, keep it on the street. Don't talk to little kids like that. And Maxine Memes goes to me, I never experienced any of that. And you live in a cartoon world, and therefore it's not true. Bitch, first of all, you live in your little bubble. Who wants to pop Maxine Memes' little bubble? Poke. Thumbs up if you want to pop Maxine's little bubble. Yeah, so she actually said, like, and I know there's a lot of things that people do that with. They gaslight you. Even when it's something like racism, oh, I never experienced it, therefore it doesn't exist, or just religion in general. And I was in the Navy basic training, and what I remember is the first time I was 18 in Navy basic training, but I remember being around Catholics and Christians my whole life, but I remember it being very diverse in New York. So what happened was when I went to the Navy boot camp, I seen how much of the country was actually Christian. We were watching Christian videos. On Sundays or in separations, we were watching Christian videos. Everything was Christian, Christian, Christian. And I said, you know what? This changes my point of view. No wonder why people are saying that Christianity is the dominant religion in this country. And it needs to be diversified, if you believe in that. But that's when I was 18. Now I think of it more easily. I say to myself, you know what? Other people's viewpoints are other people's viewpoints. I am going to believe Maxine, maybe, that Australia is a better place than New York City. But I grew up in New York City and it was very trashy. And like I said, they cursed the kids at the daycare, calling them Blanco Diablo, dumbass. They actually locked this one black kid in the bathroom for like hours and hours upon end. He wasn't the only one, but I found that very, a lot of trashy, racist things went on in that daycare center. And it's the reason why I would never put my kids in a daycare center if I had one. And it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I'm sorry if I didn't say that. Like I said, I have social anxiety. I get very nervous and I forget things. Who just wants to come up here to chat? Yeah, Motorhead says he misses the Long Island, New York beach ocean. And I understand that. Man, I miss Rockaway kind of. You know what I miss? And I'm going to be going to Robert Moses Beach. I like the rough waves at Robert Moses. If you're here, drop a comment. Yeah, this isn't the music stream. Something happened. The dog got sick. Was having to, watch her. She sadly passed away. But I'm doing these lives again. You don't really want to hear about that. But I got my Voodoo Ranger New Belgium Imperial IPA. And as you can see, I got my Mets hat on. Hey, Mel, what's up? What's going on, Mel? Long time no talk. So good to see you, Melanie. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day. You like my new piercing? You can barely see it. That's the way I like it. Oh, that's the real Melody and not acid pretending to be Melody. Oh, you're not the same Melody I'm thinking of. Okay, you're Methany. Hold on. You're Methany, okay? You want to come up and chat? You could come up and chat. If not, we can just shoot the shit like this. Doesn't really matter. And I hope you stay in chat. Okay, I hope you stay in chat because it was nice talking to you. You're pretty cool. You're pretty based. I like the name Methany. I don't do meth myself, but it's a funny name. Are you a mother, Methany? Oh, sorry to see you go, Methany. Well, thank you for stopping by. Give it a thumbs up if you want. Yeah, I'm looking for people to come up here and just chat. Hilar told me. Well, thank you to Hilar. Thank you for spreading the word, Hilar. I got my Joker shirt on. You see what it says? Rising Star. That's pretty cool, right? I got that from Temu. Rising Star. I got that little duck in back of me from Temu, too. My next stream that I was supposed to do was actually supposed to be a musical stream, but I actually lost some of my musical skill. And I know Maxim told me he was going to be here and crack a beer open and we could chat. So I'm going to tell Maxim to get his ass over here. I want to see Maxim. We're going to share a beer. And yes, that's Final Fantasy and Xbox and PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 that I have in my background. In case some of you are new and you don't know, I saved all my old consoles. So that's that. So my Mother's Day was good. Who wants to share what their Mother's Day experience too? That's a good one. It's Mother's Day. I forgot. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. My Mother's Day was good. I bought my mama flowers. I bought my mama flowers. I went by my sister's house to eat. They had Italian food, of course. Neanderthal. Hilar says, no, not Maxine. I don't want that fat bitch up here. Maxim, the Russian guy that talks Russian all the time. Last day sale on Temu today? Everybody welcome Pseudoscientist to the stage. What's good, Pseudoscientist? Thank you for coming up.
Good evening. How are you? Happy Mother's Day, I guess.
Thank you. I'm a godmother. I'm not an actual mother, but thank you anyway, though. How was your day?
Good. I'm planting a garden today.
Oh, yeah? Wait, you live in the United States?
No, I'm up here in Canada.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we had warm weather here today. I don't know how you guys had it up there, but it was nice. It was nice out.
Warm but windy.
Yeah. Mother's Day, Yeah, I just bought my mom some flowers and we went out and we ate over by my sister's house. Nothing really too big, nothing fancy. Um, Now I'm just home chilling. I got off tomorrow, so
That's nice.
I miss doing this. I miss speaking with you guys. I do. Um, you know who I wish would come? I wish Melanie, old Melanie, would come. I haven't seen her in a while. If anyone sees Melanie, not that Melanie that's on the screen right now, that Methany. There's a funny name, Methany. But so yeah, have you ever had experience with somebody that says they didn't experience something, therefore it doesn't exist?
Yes, I had a friend like that. It was totally like that. If he didn't experience it, no one else did. It was they were lying, it was fake, or they were delusional or high. Like it didn't matter what it was. If you didn't experience it, it didn't happen.
It's unbelievable. It really is, because you know why it hurt me? Because that experience that I had at that daycare center when I was talking to Maxine, that experience that I had made me say to myself, if I ever have kids, please don't put them in a daycare center. Don't ever do that, and it used to bug me
You
when I
could
worked.
probably say that about public school too.
Yeah, and it's just trashy. It depends on where you go. But see, that's what the thing is. I have an open mind. I say to myself, you know what? Maybe it's better in Australia. Maybe it's not as trashy. Um, but I'm not going to say to her she's wrong. That well, she's wrong because she's being closed-minded. But I'm not going to say to her that nice areas don't exist. You know what I mean? I come from a place that's very, very unfortunately very trashy. Um, and it did hurt that um, it bugged me. It just bugged me about it. And if she, I mean, she could come. She could come here. I said I don't want her fat ass here. And when I talk about her being fat, I know I'm not. I'm not a 100% attractive person, but the reason I talk about her is because I don't like her lifestyle. I don't like it's gluttonous, and I feel like she lives in a bubble. She doesn't get out, and that's why I talk about her lifestyle is because it goes with her ignorance. That's the reason why I think she lives in a bubble, because she doesn't get out. She doesn't, and it affects the way she forms her opinions to make a vote.
Well, you can form any opinion you want because if you don't go out in the real world, you never get challenged.
Exactly. But then if you don't go out in the real world, how are you going to say to somebody, I don't believe your worldview, especially if you've seen it over and over again from other I mean, everybody knows New York is trashy. Everybody knows that. To tell me that, oh, you live in your own world because that's why I don't believe you. Oh, if Lord Godwin said it, I'd believe him. Listen, I don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth. I mean, yeah, I do. I believe some certain things, you know, he's right about certain things, but I'm not going to just say um, that I completely don't believe somebody, especially if I heard it from other sources as well. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my rant. Sorry to rant.
You can entertain an idea without accepting it, right?
Yeah,
And our side is willing to debate and talk different topics and disagree and
yeah,
still remain in good form and still have a conversation next time, where the other side wants to shut you down, stop you, don't say that, you can't talk about that, don't do that. They don't want to debate you because they couldn't win. The facts aren't on their side. So they
yeah,
just want to demand you change the laws and force you to do what they want, even though there's no test project or pilot project or proving that their idea works. They want everybody to do it. Just give up all ICE cars and Nixon engines and go to electric. But show me the city that does that. Like, go show me somewhere this idea works, and then we'll think about it.
Yeah.
But
No,
they
I
don't. They
know.
just want to wreck what you got and force you to do it their way.
I know. And it's actually pretty scary that they want to force that on people. Not about the electric cars, but just in general, they
I
want
just
people
use that
to.
as an example.
Yeah, no, I know. I just think it's scary that the left really wants to infringe upon free speech, but excuse me, they only want to talk. They only want you to be able to talk about what they agree with. You know what I mean? And you're right. It is because they have no argument. They know they're wrong, and I just think it's very scary because of what happened in the past with Soviet, the Soviet Union, Soviet Russia, whatever you want to call it, and the Red Chinese. I think it's very scary what happened in the past with them, and
Yeah,
that,
the Red Guard wrecked everything.
yeah.
Pol Pot killed millions. Like
Hmm.
that's how they deal with someone who doesn't agree with them. Just kill them all.
And I find it funny how Godwin calls me a hypocrite. Oh, you're voting for these people who are going to take away your rights as a woman and whatever. You're voting for these people. You're stupid. You have the brain of the
Those
potato.
are red herrings. All this, we're going to Medicaid is going to be shut down. They're going to take your rights away. Like
Yeah,
that's all red herrings. When they were in power and COVID was on, there was nothing. They were at the Jen Psaki was at the podium bragging. She could send memos over to Facebook and Google and get people's accounts shut down for saying the wrong thing about COVID or them or anything.
yeah.
But somehow Trump's a threat to democracy.
No, I know. I know. I mean, they're still crying about one, you know, one little protest that we had January 6th. I mean, yeah, it was something bad, but that's really the one instance in particular that I could think of. I mean, their side is violent as
They
hell.
had so many agents there was no way that wasn't planned and rehearsed and forced.
I mean, there was the
There
guy
just
from
happened
the
to be innocent people there walking around with them, but they're the ones that got charged, but nobody that was working for the government got charged.
yeah. Yeah, that was something else, but I could tell you how many violent encounters I see here in New York City between if I was to dare walk down the street with a Trump hat on, first of all, I'd get spit on, probably. I'd wind up beating somebody the hell up because they'd try to swing on me. Um, very trashy, very trashy down here. But um, the violence is pretty much one-sided, in my opinion, with the exception of January 6th, which people can source, you know, but the violence is pretty much one-sided.
Statistics prove you right.
Yeah. No, I know. I know. I with all these bombings of Teslas and these disgusting all these professors that was banging on the window of a car of a Tesla that had people's kids in it. You know, these people don't think like they're on camera. You know, they're gonna get caught.
They're not thinking. It's an emotional outburst.
It's like
They
a
have
temper
been
tantrum.
played so hard that anybody who thinks the other way is an enemy and a threat to them, that when they see it, they just lash out. There is no thought. It's an emotional outburst.
You know what? I feel like it all came into play when Obama was in office because everything that he promised was like, oh, hope, change. Everything is going to be so diverse and everything's going to change and everything is going to be like a fantasy world in a
I
sense.
can't believe that he's been in and done as much as he's done, and he still doesn't take any flack for all the, the damage he's done. He's treated
Yeah.
like a prince, and he's not. He's the opposite.
Yeah, no, he was they talk about, oh, we treat we treat Trump like he's God or we worship Trump. There was literally people singing hymns about Obama in church, so I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? So,
There's always a few people that will canonize, idolize, put him on a pedestal. up on a pedestal, and you know, and he loves that too. Like he reposts pictures of him as a golden statue, as a with the Pope hat on. He thinks it's funny, and the other side takes it seriously.
I know. It's just all for fun. It's like when he was doing the CNN. Excuse me, I have a lot of guests. I just ate a large meal. Just like when he did. What made me laugh? He had like he was choke slamming somebody in the WWE, and he put a picture of CNN over their face, making it look like he was choke slamming CNN, like he's winning. And they got so, oh, that's so violent. I don't remember what they said, but it was so stupid. I mean, it was funny. It was just something funny. He puts out memes. That's what he does. Oh,
They can't even handle humor.
no, let
Their
me tell
brains just sketch out.
No, I used to be an independent. That's why I didn't like to talk too much politics on this channel. But when I saw what happened at the address that he gave, when they would not even acknowledge or stand up for victims of crime, especially due to illegal immigration and people that weren't supposed to be here in the first place. And then
They
they have
gave
the
that
nerve.
little kid an FBI badge and said he was like an honorary FBI agent because he was sick, and he
They
wouldn't
wouldn't stand for.
nothing, just stonewall, stone faced, cold hearted. Like they are so vengeful and evil. I don't think people realize how vicious and evil that side is.
No, they are. They are evil. Max Memes is here. Hi, Max Memes.
Come on up.
Yeah, come on up. Tell your side. Tell me how Australia is so great. Why Australia is great. Um, you like spiders crawling up your rear end. No, I'm playing. We were just having a conversation today on Mother's Day about how Australia is all rife with bugs and spiders, and you'd never want to go there.
I make a joke about Australia that everything there's trying to kill you.
Yeah,
All the insects, the fish, the birds, the animals, they're all trying to hunt you, to get you.
yeah,
The
yeah,
kangaroos will even fight with you.
yeah. They'll box you. Yeah, Max Memes, come up here. Hold on, let me drop a link again. I'm not sure. Copy, paste, paste. Come on, paste. Bear with me. There we go. You're not joining? Why, Maxine? You spoke to me one time on Discord. You're very shy. Come on. I have social anxiety, Maxine. You understand? That's
She's
why I
making fun of us because that's easy. When she doesn't come up, we can't make fun of her.
no. Maxine, I have literal social anxiety. Like diagnosed, like bad. And I'm here because not all thanks to the beer, but I'm up here. You can't even defend your viewpoint. But you're not Zeb, Max Memes. Max Memes goes, oh, Student Science is here. You can't find out that I'm actually Zeb. Like, you're not Zeb. You come from the same country, but Zeb has an actual working brain. I'm sorry to say, I'm so mean to Max. But you know why? That's all she's obsessed with is just politics. Oh, Angela, I want to get you fired. She was talking to Acid Trip. I want to call your job and get you fired. Get out of here. Call my job, man. I'm up for Employee of the Month. I'm up for Employee of the Month. Every time Acid threatens me, I get put up for Employee of the Month. How is that? Every time. When I was at Best Buy too, I won an award. It's right over there. It says I can't show it because my full name is on it, but it says Angela. $2.7 million I brought in for the company in 2024, was it? Yes, 24. I'm looking at my. So, go ahead, try to get me fired. I'm not getting fired. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not somebody who's committing
Remember I
fraud.
said vicious and evil?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't try to get somebody fired. That's not in my DNA. Like, I wouldn't even try to get somebody fired. You call me mean, not you, but they call me mean or whatever because I like to defend myself in funny ways. But I mean, I would never get somebody fired. I wouldn't do that. No, Doge didn't do it, Maxine memes. You know why Doge didn't do it? Because they're actually getting rid of people that aren't actually working, that claim that they're working from home and they're collecting a check. They're not actually working. That's what they're getting rid of. They're cutting out the fat. They're cutting out the fraud. They're going after the bigger people on top, not the workers on the bottom. I could tell you that I work with like 500 people in my plant. Hi, Propagate. Propagate this lights here. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I work with like 500 people in my plant. Not one single soul has been fired. They're going after the people on top, the ones who work virtually. And I don't even know how the hell you work virtually. From I guess these are the sales team people. But yeah, I didn't get fired, Maxine. And I know you ask me every day, did I get fired? That would be funny. I don't know why that would be funny to you. It just goes to show your character. No, Doge isn't just firing whoever they want. You need proof of what, Maxine? You need proof of what claims that they're going for people on
He
top.
won't
I
even
can tell
come
you.
up here, but he wants demanding proof. Shut up.
Yeah, Max, shut up. Propagate this lights here. I said it already. Propagate. I've been going through some stuff. That's why I haven't been really on anybody's channel lately. I haven't been on your channel. I haven't been on my live. I haven't done a live for like a month and a half. So it's nothing personal that I haven't been visiting yours. Yeah. So that's that. I mean, if you want to talk about something where you had an experience that people didn't believe you because they haven't experienced it themselves, you could come up and talk about that. Maxine memes, go zip somewhere on your scooter, on your electric scooter. Get out of the house. Touch grass. Maxine, okay? Yeah, I'm not getting drunk. I'm getting buzzed. But you go outside and touch grass, please. Don't get eaten by a crocodile. No, I'm fine. I don't know. Uh, if anyone else wants to come up, I'm probably going to shut down in 10 minutes. Just because it's not a very broad topic that I had about today. Yeah, I'm probably going to shut down in 10 minutes. Hi, Motorhead. Good, you're still here. Good to see you. Motorhead, tell your wife happy Mother's Day to her. Pseudoscientist, are you a father?
Not that I know of.
Oh, well, if you were, I would have said happy Mother's Day to,
Mhm.
well, let's say happy Mother's Day to whoever is out there that you don't know about that had your kid. If it's, yeah.
I've seen things in the lights in the sky.
Oh yeah?
And it's really hard to tell anyone because if they look at you like you're crazy or insane or
Yeah, no, what'd you see? You could tell
well,
me.
I've seen well, most of it's at a distance, right? But I have seen stuff fairly close, and it it shook me, because there's only about 500 feet off the ground, about 1,500 feet away, and it glowed like a light bulb, cigar shaped.
It's interesting because a lot of people say cigar shaped.
This one was.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. I believe it because there's so many different claims about it. So I'm gonna keep an open mind about it and say to myself, yeah, you know what, it could be true.
I spent my whole time trying to figure out what it was. I wouldn't accept what I was seeing. Like my first thought, well, it must be the orange sunset reflecting off an aluminum plane. And then I realized the sun was behind it. And then your brain just scrambling, trying to figure out like what am I looking at, right? Like you don't. It's hard to accept even when you're experiencing it.
Yeah, there was
And it
one.
happened for a while. Like it was
Yeah.
following what pipeline we put in the ground, or roughly that angle, and it was just moving really slowly. I stood there and watched it and watched it and watched it until it was practically on the horizon. Still couldn't believe what I was looking at.
No, I understand, and you know what gets me is that when I was like 20, I wasn't even in my 20s yet. I was 15. Huh? I was walking a dog with my father. I was smoking a cigarette. Yes, I was. I was young to be smoking a cigarette, but I was. I remember this clearly. Something went overhead, and it was like floating almost. So I said, "Oh, that's one of them Chinese lanterns," and I didn't even get to say the word. The thing stopped dead midair, went down, went diagonally, and I said, "This is not a Chinese lantern." I couldn't think of what else it could be. And as soon as before I could even think, it made a triangle shape. It went diagonal this way and then it went diagonal again. And then it flew at a direction, at an angle, straight up into the clouds. And I know it went into the actual clouds because the clouds lit up. Now, this thing was kind of close to me. Okay, and I know Motorhead said he traded his wife for a boat. That's cute. Um, it's funny. But it's kind of hard to explain how something could be that close. Because if it was an illusion, if it was something that was, and that thing moved fast, so I could say that was something small and close, that it was an illusion. But then, how the hell did it get up to the clouds and light up the actual clouds is what gets me. And on that day, and I swear to you, I swear to God, on this day that I'm talking about, when I came home into the house, my mother's like, "Where have you guys been?" And we've been gone, it felt like 15 minutes, 10 minutes even. We looked at the clock. It was like 45 to 50 minutes of missing time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
hmm And it scares the crap out of me. To this day, it scares the crap out of me. Someone scared me today because I seen one of those drones one time that were over New Jersey. It wasn't in New Jersey, it was in New York, actually. And I was thinking about it. And as soon as I thought about it, I was scaring the crap out of myself. Driving on the expressway today home from my mother's house, my sister's house. And I looked in somebody's car and they had a friggin' and they must have done this to scare someone on purpose. They had a friggin' alien head stuffed in the corner of their window, like peeking out at the cars in the next lane. And my heart just dropped. I said to myself, "Holy shit, that scared the crap out of me. I could have just got into an accident." That's how scary it was. Motorhead, it was on a Southern State Expressway. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the Wantor or the Southern State. One of those. It wasn't the LIE. LIE's jammed up traffic all the way. But we got 2 more minutes left. Anything else you want to say?
I just want to ask, what do you think it was, or
Oh, what do
what do
I
you think happened?
Well, my ideas, I'm out of ideas because it definitely wasn't a Chinese lantern, wasn't a toy drone. We didn't have them. That was 2004 summer. So nobody had those toy drones back then. They had military drones. So my thinking is, and what my father said it could have been, was a drone at the time too, a military drone. Because back then, like I said, we didn't have parrot drones, or we might have, but it was just, I'm not sure if we did, but I know we didn't have them as civilians. Nobody had drones. So I'm thinking either it was the government, or I hate to say it, something from another world.
Can I add a possibility?
Yeah.
An advanced civilization,
Oh, from like inner Earth type.
or as yeah, somewhere else, either Antarctica. Who knows?
Yeah.
I do think there's an advanced civilization here, and that's probably some of the lights we see. I don't think everything we see is the same thing. I think we got more than one thing going on.
Yeah. Oh, I think so. Anyway,
That's just my opinion.
yeah. It's just
Because
interesting.
I've seen
Well,
lots of lights at night I can't explain. I'm in the countryside and I work outside 16, 18 hours a day sometimes. And winter in Canada, dark's half the day. So I've seen a lot of lights at night, usually way high up, right? But
yeah.
they're not moving like a plane. Their lighting is different, their movements, everything. Like it's almost like they want you to see them. Like I get that impression anyway.
I got that impression because of what I said when I looked up at that when I was 15. I said to myself, it's a Chinese lantern. And in the middle of when I was saying it, it stopped.
I wonder, yeah, I wonder if they sensed you at when you talked.
Yeah, it's very strange. Okay. Anyway, thank you
Time to
for
go.
coming on. Time to go. Thank you for coming on.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Yes, Neanderthal. Where was Andy? I don't know. Motorhead. Sorry, I just seen your comment, Motorhead. I don't know. But I'll ask next time. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all in chats.